Hi, my friends. In honor of the Reuben, I'm going to talk about one of my favorite Reuben movies on this video. No, not that Reuben. I'm talking about Paul Reubens, best known as Pee-wee from Pee-wee's Playhouse and all those Pee-wee movies. In this video, though, we're going to look at the dark side of Paul Reubens through a 1992 horror comedy called Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This movie is centered around high school cheerleader Valley Girl Buffy, played by Christy Swanson, whose normal high school life gets turned upside down when she meets Merrick, played by Donald Sutherland. Merrick informs Buffy that she is a member of the Slayer Squad and is the chosen one who is destined to keep the world safe by slaying vampires.
You come along and tell me I'm a member of the Harry Mole Club so you can throw things at me?
I was a member of the Harry Mole Club once, but my neighbors found out it was me in that mole costume and told me to get out of their garden. Who was I to argue? That old lady swung a mean garden tool. Anyway, after initially rejecting Merrick's claims, Buffy decides to join him after she tells him of her reoccurring dream of the vampire leader Lothos. Merrick takes her to the cemetery, where she kills off a couple of vampires that have risen from the dead. Merrick explains to her it's his duty to guide and train her. And he does this through the magic of gymnastics and fight training montages, along with throwing a knife at her head, which she catches. Thank God that worked. Meanwhile, two teenagers named Pike and Benny are out drinking, while Emmeline, played by Paul Reubens himself, attacks and turns Benny into a vampire, while Merrick arrives in time to save Pike, played by Luke Perry. And getting a hickey from Pee Wee Herman can change a man, a friend of mine told me. It was dark, there was a lot of drinking at that party. Moving on. One of Buffy's buddies, Cassandra, is kidnapped and sacrificed to Lothos, while Emmeline tries to hitch a ride on Pike's van. Buffy saves his life, and the two start a vampire-slaying romance together. Maybe they can go after Bella and Edward next. Buffy falls under the spell of Lothos, the vampire king, who kills Merrick. Before Merrick dies, he tells Buffy to do things her own way, including as a vampire slayer. While at the senior dance, Buffy dances with Pike when she finds out Jeffrey dumped her for one of her friends. At the dance, a horde of horrible, hungry, and horny-for-blood vampire teens crashes the party. Buffy and Pike fight off the vampires with some assist from other students and faculty. Pike kills off Benny because bro code states you can do that if your bro tries to suck your blood. Buffy kills Emmeline, and he takes a long, comical time to die in true Paul Reuben fashion. The Buffster finally has her final boss battle with Lothos, who brought a long sword to the dance, and I'm sure that long sword impressed some of the teeny bopper girls, but Buffy quickly kills him with a stake to the heart, as Lothos has probably the most anticlimactic, silly death in vampire history.
Now, I'm really pissed off.
Meanwhile, Emmeline is still fighting death, vampire tooth and nail, like a boss. If only he had tequila playing in the background. I'm trying to die in peace. This movie, of course, spawned the very popular and decidedly darker TV show Buffy the Vampire Slayer, with Sarah Michelle Gellar, also by director Joss Whedon 5 years later. We also get many famous uncredited actors in this flick, as Ben Affleck and Ricky Lake show up, along with Seth Green and Alexis Arquette as a vampire DJ, while Hilary Swank shows up doing her swanky thing as Buffy's buddy. Christy Swanson as Buffy particularly shines in her role as the titular, I love that word, character, as does Paul Reuben as Emmeline, the comedic right-hand vampire to Lothos. Stephen Root as Principal Murray also has plenty of comedic scene-stealing scenes.
Detention! 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 Detention!
Thanks so much for tuning in, my friends. That about does it for me. Please like, subscribe, and share. I've been Preston E. Garrison, and I'm outta here.